Ladies and gentlemen, the topic of my speech today is the greatest basketball player in our generation. As a kid growing up, I was influenced in the basketball culture. My dad loved basketball and so did I. One day I asked him who was your basketball idol. He told me Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I looked at him and said, "Who is that?" Then he asked me the same question and I told him Michael Jordan. I guess that's what you call a generation gap. There are so many great players in the basketball history, but nobody defined NBA like Michael Jordan did. In my opinion, he is the greatest basketball player of our time. He has made many accomplishments and had won many NBA championships. Michael Jordan is also one of very few multi-talented athletes. Not only he was the greatest basketball player, but also a good baseball player. Outside of his athletic career, he is also a very successful, kind-hearted businessman that made a great contribution to the society. As fast as Isaiah Thompson, as accurate as Larry Bird, rebound like Charles Barkley, pass like Magic Johnson, and be dominant like Shaquille O'Neal, Michael Jordan has mastered all these traits. During his basketball career, Michael Jordan accomplished so many things and won so many awards. Some of his top achievements were Rookie of the Year, 6-time NBA championship, and 3-time All-Star MVP. Michael Jordan also retired with NBA's highest scoring average of 30.1 points per game. He also won 2 gold medals in the Olympic basketball. 1984 was the first time professional basketball players were allowed to play in the Olympic game. Jordan led the U.S. Dream Team, claimed gold, going undefeated throughout the tournament and winning by an average of 32 points per game. In his second season, he scored a playoff record of 63 points in a single game against the Celtics. During the 86-87 season, Jordan set NBA record of scoring 40 or more points in 9 consecutive games and 23 points straight without missing in one game. In this season, he also won one of the 2 slam dunk competitions. In the 87-88 season, Michael Jordan won every major award including MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, and All-Star MVP. In his 88-89 season, Jordan had the best statistical performance. He led the league with a personal score of 32.5, 8-point assists, and 8 rebounds per game. After he led the Chicago Bulls to win 3 NBA championship titles, he left to fulfill his dad's dream of him playing Major League Baseball. Later, he left the MLB and rejoined the NBA to lead the Chicago Bulls to another 3 championship titles. Jordan was truly a legend in the NBA and will go down in history as one of the best players to ever play in the NBA. Not only was Jordan so talented in basketball, but also he moved to play other sports like baseball later. In February 1994, Michael Jordan went to play for the Major League Baseball team, the Chicago White Sox. After his dad passed away, he wanted to fulfill his dad's dream of him playing baseball. He did very well during his season as a professional baseball player. He hit a .202 with 3 home runs, 51 RBLs, and 30 steals. But he left and went back to his basketball career after his first season as a professional baseball player. His baseball coach, Terry Franca, stated if Michael stayed and continued to play, he could be a very good player. We may have lost a great baseball player, but we got a basketball superstar. Michael Jordan is also a great businessman that made a fortune from his sneaker line. He is a kind-hearted man that used his fortune to help people in need. He is involved with many charities out there such as Make-A-Wish Foundation and many more. One of his most famous charities is his Sneaker Foundation with Dornbecker Children's Hospital. This foundation led the children to the hospital design Jordan shoes. All the profit from those shoes go back to the hospital. It raised tons of money for the children in the hospital. Jordan has made great accomplishment to the society. No doubt about Michael Jordan is a legend in basketball history and a multi-talented athlete. He used his fame to make his business very successful and to help others. He is truly an incredible person and an inspiration to many people like myself. In conclusion, I would like to share my favorite quote from my idol Michael Jordan. I can accept failure, but I cannot accept not trying. Thank you.